What is Japanese working culture like?
Work, 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 work.
And what is the dark side to that?
I'm gonna cut you if you don't start selling. Do the trash now! Do it now! And he just yelled at me. I was just crying.
How old are you?
I don't really want to say my age,
You
but
don't wanna say?
but it's okay. I'm 31.
31?
Yeah.
Okay.
Been through a lot.
Been through a lot?
Yeah.
Been through what?
A lot of mental health issues with work-related stress. And
What do you do for a living?
I am an art teacher, assistant teacher, and an artist.
Do you like your job?
I love my current job. It's my favorite thing, right now.
Nice. Did you have another job that you previously did that you did not like?
Yes.
Gotcha. What was it?
It was a sales associate job. I was actually doing really well, but my boss was a really strict person. She was like, I'm gonna cut you if you don't start selling suits. I was doing well in the ladies department, like women's wear department, but it was really tough for me to like sell suits because most of the clients were like older. So they wanted someone who's experienced to sell them, and I was still new. Like I was the youngest person there.
I guess because there's the whole hierarchy in Japan.
Yeah.
That they probably didn't see you as someone who was on their level.
Exactly.
Is that it?
Exactly. That's exactly it.
So then what happened from there?
I kind of got too stressed. Even on days off I would work. I kind of like built up, like I was just over flooded, and yeah, it wasn't a good time in my life. Yeah. I feel a lot more peace right now.
Gotcha.
That I quit my job, my previous job. And
Not many people quit their job here though, if I'm correct.
Yeah, not many people do. They stay in like one job, one place, one workplace like for a long, long time. But me, I had to quit because I got sick. So
What is Japanese working culture like, if you could describe that to someone who doesn't know much about it?
work, 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 work.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And what is the dark side to that?
Many people commit suicide. Usually when I go on the train, there's at least like someone in the rail track, like just jumped, you know?
Usually?
And they just, not usually, but that happens often. And the trains are late because of that. It's really common.
If it's late, do we assume that something like that happened?
Yeah.
Usually not a
really.
technical error.
There's no technical error in Japan. Not usually.
Yeah,
not
that's
usually.
crazy. That's insane.
Yeah.
Do you have an experience that kind of illustrate the dark side of the working culture here?
There was this one time when I was working at my previous job, and after we closed the shop, we clean everything out. There's this one guy who was older than me. He was always like bossing me around and being mean to me. And he was just like, do the trash now! Do it now! And he just yelled at me. In Japanese, he was like, "ゴミだ! ゴミだ! ゴミ!" "Gomi" means trash. And he just kept repeating that to me. And I was like, well, this is my job, so of course I'm gonna do it, right? And he just was so mean.
And were you allowed to talk back to him?
At that time, I was kind of like the girl who's like didn't talk back.
Yeah.
I was just crying.
Wow.
Yeah.
In front of him? Like,
Yeah.
he still yelled at you? Do you think that people overwork here?
I think they overwork. Yeah. And the salary is not really good here in Japan.
What is the point then? I'm guessing, if this was the case in the US, probably you would be saying I'm overworking because I'm making a lot of money and so whatever. But here it doesn't seem like people are really shooting for money.
Yeah.
Is there another value that people are looking at?
I think it's just embedded in you. Like when you're growing up in a Japanese environment, you're just kind of instilled in that way.
But why don't we work hard and follow our dreams or something? Why do we have to work hard in a job that we don't like?
I think it's because Japanese people, they're kind of scared to like follow their like dream. So many people aren't so courageous here, I think.
You're born in the US, you've been to the US, you have family there. So American versus Japanese train of thought, what would the difference be in terms of following your dream or careers?
I think in America, it's more easier to like have that mindset of following your heart. But in Japan, I think many people follow the brain. Like people are more here than here.
Is there room for this in society?
No, I don't think so.
I have friends who go against the grain, and it seems like they're outcasts. Like
Yeah.
it's if I started my own business back home, people would be proud of me, and they'd be like, "Oh, good for you, you're doing what you want." But it doesn't seem like that's the case here.
Yeah.
It's not.
Exactly. People look at you and like kind of judge you. Yeah.
Is there a solution? Like, what could we change about the working culture that would make it overall healthier?
Right now, I'm trying to build a community with creative people. One of my photographer friends to like have a gathering or event for us to gather together and like build something together. So maybe have more communities that reinforce this, like what feels good to you and like what you're passionate about.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone who wants to follow their dream, but specifically in Japan.
I think you have to make mistakes and like you have to learn from them in order to know what you actually want. Sometimes it can be something way different, and if an opportunity arises, then you should take it. Following your heart, I think it's important. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can I ask you the same question that you asked me about the dream?
Yeah.
What do you think Japan should change in order for people to be more fulfilled in their lives?
I think surrounding yourself with the right people is probably the most important thing, I would say. I know that I would not be able to achieve the same things if the 5 people around me who I surrounded myself with the most weren't as driven themselves or as ambitious or as entrepreneurial as 5 people who worked in corporate jobs that were unhappy with what they were doing. So it's all about finding those people that you can connect with, that make you want to be a better version of yourself, and then really dialing into that, changing your environment to be more fruitful towards your growth. But I think in Japan, it's tough to do that. Like, where do you find those people? So I would say if you stop caring about what people think about you, and like the solution to that is like, go out and do something different. It's what, like kind of what you said, right? Try new things, make mistakes and learn from them. Because if you just think about something, then you'll continue to think about it and wonder what if. But if you actually do it, then you'll learn something from it. Even if you don't get the outcome you wanted, you'll learn something that will bring you on another path and open your eyes to failing and accepting that. And I think people don't like to fail here. They don't like to be outside of their comfort zone. So if you can get out of that by trying new things, that's a good start.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very good answer.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, then you're definitely gonna like this video right here. If you haven't already subscribed, please make sure to do that now. I'm Will, and as always, it's a mindset.